What's going on, guys? So in this video, we're gonna be talking about 4 reasons why to have protein at each meal. Okay, protein, the shit that gets you muscles and big, right? But my muscles are small, so I can't really say anything. So before we get into all this stuff, Chris and I like telling some stories about kind of like our past experience with all this stuff. And when we were starting off our journey in fitness, kid you not, we didn't know how much protein we were taking in. We didn't know what kind of protein sources to take in, complete, incomplete. So we were lost. We would just eat a bunch of meat, eat a bunch of chicken, just do the whole bro thing. So once we figured out that, we had to have an optimal amount of protein per day for our body weight, changed the game.
It's funny because I don't even think we knew what the hell protein was, to be 100% honest with you guys. We had big guys at the gym that were just big, and we were just kind of like, oh man, these guys have big muscles. How do we get as big as them? Oh, just take a whey protein shake. Okay, we went off and bought a whey protein shake. We didn't even know what the hell we were taking in. So
go throw a chicken breast on the Foreman grill.
Yeah, a lot of mistakes. All right, so we're gonna tell you guys 4 reasons you guys should have protein at each meal. Okay, so if we start this video off, it's gonna put you guys in a better position to kind of understand why we're telling you guys to have protein at each of your meals. Okay, so if we go off of the hierarchy of protein, okay, we're basically talking to you guys about what's most important when it comes to protein intake. So the very first important thing to really understand is your total daily protein intake for the day. So if you have 120 grams of protein to get in for the day, that's the most important thing for you guys to do, is get that in a 24-hour period, right? The second thing is protein distribution, right? So there's some good studies on this by Dr. Lehman in his lab, Jeremy Lenicky, Stu Phillips at McMaster, and they kind of just showed that you're probably better off distributing your protein at each of your meals to keep your body in a muscle growth environment. So if you have 120 grams of protein and you guys have 4 meals, that's going to be about 30 grams of protein at each of your guys' meals, okay? The third thing you guys want to kind of consider is protein quality. So you guys want proteins that are higher in leucine content, about 3 grams or more, because leucine is a key stimulator in muscle growth. The fourth thing you guys want is protein timing, okay? So that's, timing your protein either like at breakfast, pre or post workout, before bed, or something like that. So now Chris and I are going to get into some other 4 points that will definitely help along with this. So number 1 is easier to hit daily protein goal. So what I mean by that is, let's use an example of, for me, I have 200 grams of protein per day that I have to hit. So by me doing that, and spreading it evenly through 4 meals, that's the preference of meals I like to have for me. So I'm going to hit 50 grams of protein through 4 meals, and that's going to equal 200 grams of protein. It's going to simplify my life, just make me more adherent, and that's it. He's not very adherent, guys. I'm just kidding. So the second thing is you want to, so if you have protein at each of your guys' meals, it's going to keep you more satiated, and it's going to have you probably have that tendency to not overeat so much, because you guys got to understand that protein is the most satiating macronutrient before carbs or fats. Okay, so it keeps you the fullest out of all 3 of those. The third reason why you guys want to have protein in each of your meals is kind of what I talked about earlier, right? Evenly distributing your protein at each of your meals, because it keeps your body in a muscle growth environment.
And the last one is, protein is energy expensive because it is the highest macronutrient that, causes our thermic effect of food to break down. It's the hardest macronutrient for our body to break down, okay? So what that leads to is, it can even, and on top of that, if we add in NEAT, which is non-exercise activity thermogenesis, those 2 components, that's gonna equal more calories burned throughout the day and throughout the week, and could even lead to potential weight loss.
There's actually a pretty cool study to support this. The increase in NEAT was Dr. Antonio showed this, where he did his protein overfeeding study. So it's a really good study to kind of support that, and a reason why to have more protein at each of your guys' meals.
All right, guys, so now we're gonna get into the take-home points for this video, because Chris and I are generous guys, and we want to supply you guys with key bullet points so you take action. Don't just listen to us, but actually apply these things we're talking about.
He's more generous because he's a minute older.
So the first one we're gonna talk about, which is don't be sloppy with your protein distribution. Now, what I mean by this is, if you have a certain protein target to hit, like if it's 200 grams of protein per day, and then you're gonna spread that out through 4 meals per day. Okay, that's my example I'm gonna give you guys. Spread it out evenly, 50 grams per meal. Okay, that equals 200 grams. Simple as that. Spread it out equally, don't be sloppy.
All right, point number 2 right here. remember the hierarchy of protein that we were talking about earlier, okay? So again, remember the most important thing is to hit your total daily protein goal. Second thing is to evenly distribute your guys' protein at each meal. The third thing is protein quality. The fourth thing is to time your protein around pre, post workout meals, breakfast, or maybe before bed, okay?
And the last take-home point is going to be the 4 reasons above that we recapped in the beginning of the video, which are easier to hit daily protein goal, keep you satiated throughout the day, so you'll eat less, and you'll be less likely to overeat and have more calories. Evenly distribute protein with each meal, and energy expensive and increases NEAT, which equals more calories burned throughout the day and week.
All right, guys, so hopefully this video helped you guys out. If you guys have any questions, please reach out to us at dynamicduotraining@gmail.com. Other than that, please subscribe below to our newsletter. We will talk to you guys soon.
Thanks, guys, for tuning in to our video. We really appreciate it.
And before you guys go, make sure to subscribe below to our newsletter so you guys can get our free and new book, The 4 Pillars of Becoming Dynamic Within Fitness.